Hello, this is the Daily Forex Report for December 20th. We're looking at the US Japanese yen pair first. This pair closed lower, moving sideways overall. We are looking for this pair to potentially move up to 84.51, possibly down to 83.21. Look for some resistance around 84.15 and look for some support around 83.50. Okay, now looking at the Euro USD pair, this particular pair, we have there we go. This pair closed down during the session overall, moving sideways. Look for it to potentially go as high as 132.64, possibly as low as 130.15. Look for some resistance around 131.65 and look for some support around 130.57. Now the pound US dollar pair. This particular pair closed down, but just by a little bit, formed somewhat of a doji bar. Overall, this pair is moving lower, or moving sideways overall. If we get a close below this, we'll look for it to move lower. This pair potentially on a reversal could move up to 156.48, possibly down to 153.97. Look for some resistance in this pair around 155.75 and look for some support around 154.50. Okay, now the US Swiss. This particular pair closed down for today's session. Pegged the high and then moved lower. We are looking for this pair to continue moving sideways. Look for it to potentially go as high as 197.76, possibly as low as 0.9570. Look for some resistance around 0.9725 and look for some support around 0.9595. Now, as far as what I'm looking for during this next session, we have the pound US dollar pair. Well, before we get into that, we do have two news announcements. The Japanese Bank of Japan is releasing their rate decision for December. At midnight, consensus on that is that they're going to hold rates at 0.10%. We also have the Canadian dollar releasing their consumer price index for November at 7 a.m. Eastern time. Consensus on that is that it's dropped just a little bit from 2.4 to 2.3%. This pair created an inside bar, the pound US dollar pair. I am looking for a breakout of this. If it moves to the upside or the downside, let's talk about the upside first. If we get a move to the upside, look for it to come up to this area, the 157.16, making a move of about 71 pips. Now, if it moves to the downside, let me zoom out a little bit more. We potentially could see it come on down to this area, the next area of support that we have, going about 100 pips or so. Definitely look for that to the downside. If that occurs, we could have a break here using about a 100 pip stop loss, basically right above this low, 85 pip stop loss, and looking for it to come down to about 105. So those inside bars looking for a break to the upside for a buy or to the downside for a sell. Well, that about wraps us up for today. Until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.